Ever wondered why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? This question has perplexed many, but the answer often boils down to one vital element: financial literacy. Financial literacy goes beyond merely making money. It's about understanding how money works, how to manage it, and how to invest it wisely to create wealth. It's about mastering the art of making money work for you instead of you working for money. But why is financial literacy so important? Well, consider this. Our world is built around money. We need it for necessities like food and shelter, and it also provides us with the freedom to enjoy our passions and hobbies. Money is a tool that, when used wisely, can pave the way to financial freedom and a life of abundance. But without financial literacy, this tool can often lead to financial stress and hardship. Now imagine if schools taught us about money, about investing, about creating a passive income. Wouldn't our relationship with money be drastically different? This is the premise of a landmark book that has transformed the financial understanding of millions worldwide. The book is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. In this book, Kiyosaki explores the concept of financial literacy through the contrasting viewpoints of his two dads: his biological father, a well-educated man with a high-paying job but poor financial acumen, and his best friend's father, a high school dropout who became a self-made millionaire. Through simple yet profound lessons, Kiyosaki highlights the importance of financial education, the power of investing, and the value of creating sustainable wealth. So, why should you care about financial literacy? Because it's not just about making money, it's about understanding how to manage and grow that money. It's about creating a life of financial freedom and security. It's about taking control of your financial destiny and not leaving it to chance. So let's dive into the world of financial wisdom with Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Scene script. Imagine growing up with two dads, one rich and one poor. What lessons would you learn? In the world of Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad, we meet two dads with strikingly different views on wealth and financial management. The first, our poor dad, puts his faith in the traditional path of education and job security. He's a firm believer in the value of formal education and the importance of acquiring a good, stable job with benefits. He's of the view that a good job is a safety net, a guarantee against the uncertainties of life. The poor dad's philosophy is simple: study hard, earn good grades, get a secure job, and financial security will follow. Contrast this with the rich dad, who takes a different path altogether. Instead of focusing on traditional education and job security, he emphasizes the importance of financial education. This dad believes in understanding the intricacies of money, how it works, and how it can work for you. He prioritizes investing over saving, and he stresses the need to make money work for you rather than you working for money. His mantra is clear: learn about money, invest wisely, and build wealth. While the poor dad sees his paycheck as the end goal, the rich dad sees it as a means to an end. To him, a paycheck isn't a safety net, but a stepping stone towards creating and growing wealth. The poor dad teaches his child to work for money, while the rich dad teaches his child to have money work for them. These two fathers, each with their own distinct perspectives, shape the way Kiyosaki views wealth and financial management. One views wealth as a result of a lifetime of labor, while the other sees wealth as an outcome of financial intelligence and strategic investing. Strikingly different views, right? But whose approach do you think leads to financial freedom? What if I told you that your house is not an asset? A shocker, isn't it? But let's delve into the concept of assets and liabilities as explained in the Rich Dad, Poor Dad book to understand this better. In the realm of conventional thinking, assets are often considered as things we own: our house, our car, our latest gadgets. But in the world of financial literacy, the definition of an asset takes a dramatic turn. The rich dad in the book defines an asset as something that puts money into your pocket. It could be an investment property that generates rental income or a business that you own, which yields profits. These are assets because they are generating income for you. They're working for you even while you sleep. On the other hand, liabilities are defined as things that take money out of your pocket. That fancy car you just bought on a loan? It's a liability. The big house you're living in that's draining your pockets for mortgage, maintenance, and taxes, yes, that's a liability too. The rich dad's philosophy is simple. He says, if you want to be rich, simply spend your life buying assets. If you want to be poor or middle class, spend your life buying liabilities. This is a fundamental shift from the traditional understanding of wealth and possessions. It's not about how much you earn, but about how much you keep and grow. The rich understand this principle and use their money to acquire real assets that generate income over time. And remember, not all assets have to be tangible or materialistic. Knowledge, skills, and experiences can also be powerful assets that can help generate income. In fact, financial education itself is perhaps the most valuable asset of all. So, next time when you're about to make a purchase, ask yourself, is this an asset or a liability? Is this going to put money into my pocket or take money out of it? Now, let's see how this definition changes the game of wealth creation. Ever heard of the Cashflow Quadrant? It's a powerful tool to understand your financial position. This concept, introduced by Robert Kiyosaki in his acclaimed book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, breaks down income sources into 4 distinct categories. Let's dive into these categories, shall we? First up, we have employees. Now, employees trade their time for money. They hold a job, work diligently, and receive a paycheck at the end of the month. Reliability and security are their driving forces. Second, we have the self-employed. These are the individuals who own their job. They are the freelancers, the consultants, the independent contractors. They value control and flexibility, but still they are trading their time for money. These 2 categories, the employees and self-employed, make up the left side of the quadrant. It's where most people find themselves. It's comfortable, it's familiar, but it doesn't usually lead to wealth. Now, let's move to the right side of the quadrant. This is where the rich dad recommends shifting your focus if you aspire for financial freedom. Third, we have business owners. Unlike the self-employed, business owners own systems that work for them. They have employees, systems, or services that generate income even when they are not physically present. They leverage other people's time and efforts to create wealth. And finally, we have the investors. They let their money work for them. They invest in stocks, real estate, businesses, and reap profits from those investments. Their money is their employee. The right side of the quadrant, the business owners and investors, is where money works for you. It's a shift from seeking security to embracing opportunity, from valuing control to appreciating leverage. The cash flow quadrant is not just a diagram. It's a roadmap to financial freedom. It's a guide to help you understand where you are now and where you might want to be. So, where do you find yourself in this quadrant? So, how does one achieve financial independence? Well, let's dive into some valuable insights from the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad that can help us navigate this journey. Financial independence isn't about how much money you earn, it's about how much money you keep and how that money works for you. The key to this is financial education. It's not just about knowing how to balance a checkbook or understanding complex investment strategies. It's about learning to see opportunities where others see obstacles. It's about taking control of your financial future instead of leaving it in the hands of others. Building and acquiring assets is another crucial step towards financial independence. An asset, as defined by Robert Kiyosaki, is something that puts money into your pocket. This could be real estate, stocks, bonds, or even a side business. The goal is to accumulate enough assets that generate income, even when you're not actively working. This is what it means to have your money work for you. But it's not enough just to acquire assets. You also need to understand the principles of money. Money is a tool, and like any tool, its effectiveness depends on the skill of the person wielding it. Understanding the difference between good debt and bad debt, knowing how to use leverage, and learning how to manage risk are all essential parts of this process. So, where do you start? Start by investing in yourself. Read books, take courses, and seek out mentors. Learn to think like the rich dad, not the poor one. Understand that it's not about how much you make, but how much you keep, and how hard that money works for you. And remember, it's not a race. It's a journey, one that requires patience, discipline, and a willingness to learn. And with that, we conclude our journey through Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Remember, the path to wealth is paved with financial literacy. Embrace the adventure and let the road to financial independence be one of discovery, growth, and ultimately prosperity.